Now the 20-year-olds, they're in the mindset and the generation of they want to know why. You told me to do it, and they're going to challenge what you're saying.
That's valid.
Okay? So you want me to do this, why?
BusinessJournalDaily.com 3 Minutes With is brought to you by Farmers National Bank.
Save, borrow, and invest with Farmers. Take heart knowing you're helping create a strong community. Mind your money at Farmers. Talk directly to local decision makers about your loans, investments, and insurance. Farmers, fiercely local, fiercely loyal.
You said that people aren't listening. Let's expand on that. What aren't they hearing, and what do we need to hear? What does my generation need to hear as we're retiring or getting ready to retire, or even the 45-year-olds, 50-year-olds? What aren't we hearing?
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Get it? 9:30. Okay.
Yeah,
one of
let's
the
hit it hard.
One of the things we have to do is we have to address the mindsets of each generation, okay? You come from the beginning, and this is a man's world, and only the man can work, right? And then the women are like, okay, let's go do it. Let's go play. And we want to go ahead and do it. But it was only out of a necessity, okay? That's the only reason why women went to work. The men were off at war, okay? Then you come into this new light, and everyone's like, oh, free, let's start learning about our rights, and let's start moving forward. So now this became a unity. Now it's like, let's say around where we're fighting for unity, let's say around the 60s and 70s, right? And then my mom and my dad, they're the generation of you better do what I told you to do because that's what I said to do generation, okay? And then my generation, we're kind of like, my mama told me to do that, but I'm kind of feeling this a little bit. Whereas now the 20-year-olds, they're in the mindset and the generation of they want to know why. You told me to do it, and they're going to challenge what you're saying.
That's valid.
Okay? So you want me to do this, why? I need to know why. So the one thing that I would say the older generation they're not willing, or they're maybe not willing, they just don't know, is that your why is so very important because it helps motivate me. I'm also in the United States Army. With me being in the Army, the one thing that they tell us in order to stay focused while we're away at basic training is to remember what your why is. And because that helps you to get through that 10 weeks of rigorous training that they put you through. And my why was my son. That's my why. So at the end of the day, you being able to articulate the reason why this child may need to go to college, or let's be honest, why you may not need to go to college. You know, every child doesn't need to go. Let's actually focus on what's better and what's best for this person. And just because everyone else made it, the majority of people made it by going to college. Okay, but there's a good 10% and 20% who didn't. And what if that's not for me? So being able to respect that.
What else aren't we hearing?
I think it's both sides. I think the younger generation doesn't want to hear what the older generation is saying because they know it all. They feel like they could Google it or YouTube it. But the older generation thinks the younger generation is immature and needs to be taught. There's a tension in between there.
I have one quick thing that I think I experienced a lot, in economic development was that, and a lot of people touched upon it, where we've a generation who saw the steel mills depart, right? That we didn't see that. We're here. They were already gone. We're seeing opportunity and things are moving in the right direction. But that generation is still in local government and making decisions, and they carry with them this mentality that Tyler kind of pointed to, where the pie is just getting smaller in their minds. So when there's an opportunity to grab a slice, they take more than they need, and that breaks things down and eliminates collaboration. So that would be my quick piece.
BusinessJournalDaily.com 3 Minutes With is brought to you by Farmers National Bank.
Save, borrow, and invest with Farmers. Take heart knowing you're helping create a strong community. Mind your money at Farmers. Talk directly to local decision makers about your loans, investments, and insurance. Farmers, fiercely local, fiercely loyal.